This is our restoration shop, Hahn Woodward Auto Restoration. And briefly, the company has been, we've been a business, an entity since 2001. But of course, Bill and Wes have had many more years of experience than that. We employ upwards of a dozen people here to work on the cars. So there's quite a crew. Our services run the gamut from full-blown restorations through custom builds like that Camaro that's going on up there, through service, for older cars. We've done several. We've done a Jaguar XK120 that came in and wasn't running, and we got that running for the gentleman. We've done a Packard. There's a big Packard, 53 Packard Caribbean that we did, and all of these things are just because we like cars. As you can see, if you haven't already checked it out, there's quite a variety of cars here. Some shops kind of specialize in a given mark, and we've kind of taken a different tact, and we don't really specialize in any one. Although we do tend to do a lot of European cars, and especially Mercedes. We've kind of found a bit of a niche with the 300 SLs, and it's turned out to be a good niche to be in. Because prices keep going up, and it's a good thing. So we can work on pretty much anything. We do everything from the mechanical side of things, engine building. We don't do any machine work here, but we do all the builds. We've taken on actually building our own engines ourselves because just for the quality control aspects of it, we weren't happy with some of what we were seeing from stuff that we were getting in, so we took it on ourselves. We also do interior woodwork. We do interiors in the sense that we will install an interior. We'll do leather work, that sort of thing. We currently don't do stitching and things like that. We don't have the sewing skills and all that to stitch up a brand new interior, but otherwise we'll do the carpet installation and all that. And then, of course, the body work, which tends to be the lion's share of things, where the car comes in and it's dented, banged up, and every car here has its own story. I can tell you that for sure. No two have shared the same road the same way, and they all show signs of where they've been, and that's what kind of makes the job both interesting and challenging and frustrating. So it's an equation, if you will. It's the condition of the car to begin with. What kind of shape are things in? It's been, as I've mentioned before, all these cars have different histories, and you don't really know what that history has been until you get into it. So you have the history of the car, the condition of the car to start with. Then you've got the rarity of the car and the availability of parts. The Ferrari that's a fairly rare car. Parts are very expensive and hard to find. Same with some of the Benzes. The Benzes you can actually get parts a little more easily. There are some that are no longer available, but for the most part they are there. So you have that factor, and then finally, it really comes down into what does the customer want to spend per month. That's the other piece of it. So once you sort of have that whole ballpark idea of things going there, we try to work with people to give them some sort of an estimate of what they're looking at. There's no way we can give you, we do not work to estimates at all, per se. I mean, it's not like we come in here and say, okay, well, I'll do this car for $10,000 or whatever the number would be. We can't, because, until you get it and see it and work with it, it is what it's going to be. We'll at least give you an idea, and then sit down with you and figure out, well, what per month kind of do you want to spend? And then if we've got the resources, kind of where does it fit? Those are all the factors that come into play in making the restoration, how long it's going to take. The restoration of that Roadster that's in the other room took quite a long time, because early on the customer, it was a big project to begin with. A lot of parts and pieces that were, it came to us in pieces. And so we sorted through that, figure out what's missing, as best we could. And then, at the time, he really did not want to spend a whole lot of money per month. He could not afford to at the time. So the project took a long time to really grow legs. Later on, he told us, I want to get this done, let's move forward faster, and he had the resources to do it. So work on his seat pan here. One of the challenges with this car, as with several English cars for some reason, is getting in and out of it, getting your legs in with the big steering wheel, and curling your knees up, and so creating a little bit more comfortable driving position and the ability to get in and out. Yeah, that was so we could have a little bit of maneuverability with the front. We're looking at maybe trying to do something to give him a little more clearance on his steering wheel.
Yeah, I can see.
That's
out. Gloves on.
Yeah, you're surprised. But we've had to put a whole new front A-arms and control arms and everything on it, because he had these other ones that were more, I guess they were set up for drag racing, but they ended up with, he had his steering arms, they originally went to the back, but they were down here, they were below the scrub line of the car, so if the car would have had a flat tire, his steering would have gone out, because it would have landed on the steering. He had some kind of upper control arm that had this crazy angle for the ball joint, literally that kind of an angle, and it was tearing the ball joints up. It was all wrong. Everything was wrong. So what we did was we got new control arms. We brought a front steering rack. It's Pinto style. You can buy them on hot rod sites and that. Put front forward steering arms, and now the only thing that's a little different about this is his Ackerman geometry is a little off of what it normally would be, but that's becoming more and more acceptable.